What's up? How's it going, Chicanos? I just gotta say what it do. And, hope y'all's doing good and stay learning. So, let me talk about how, I just want to share my thoughts on how I talk about how, Mexicans are so called Native Americans, how we're indigenous to this continent. How come across to explaining it to people or to family members who don't understand that we are Native American. It's bigger than being Chicano or Mexican, you know. So I gotta explain it to people, my family. And so one way, to some people I gotta explain is if you ever heard of the Aztecs, and yeah, I heard of the Aztecs. You gotta realize that they're on this is the continent, North America continent, and they're a part of the Native American race. Some people understand that, oh yeah, the Aztecs, and they're Native American, yeah, because Native American, everyone was called Native American at the time, and some people know that, oh yeah, 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 and some people don't. You got to remind them. Some people don't understand, but we are a part of the that race of people. I tell people Native American is considered its own race and breed of people amongst the human species. You could tell people there's 5 races. If you remember me talking about it: white, black, Asian, Pacific Islander, and Native American. So Mexican, the so-called Mexican people are a part of that race of Native American and of obviously European Spanish blood. But so you tell people we're a part of the Native American race, and some people, oh yeah, that's right, the Aztecs, and you tell them the race thing. Okay, they understand. And some people even want to go, well, you have to be a certain percentage. The United States says the system, recognizes people who are 25%. They're able to register if they want to, and all that go by the guidelines of the United States to be federally recognized. So 25% is what you have to have, and you could go sign up, I guess. But it's funny though, if you're black, if you ever know history, if one drop rule for black people, you're considered black. They want to let black people know you're not from this continent, that you're from over there. Oh, you got one drop. Remember, I'm 8%, so that's 8 drops. I'm considered black for to the throughout the white man system. They've always the white man dictator, but they play the reversal role. They try to tell us we have to. They try to have these guidelines for us in order for us to try to say we could relate to our culture or say who we are and who we are not, to try to make us not have no relations to this land. But we've been having identity relations and cultural relations without us knowing, like eating corn, pumpkin, squash, avocado, tomatoes, turkey, the bird. Uh, those are foods right there that people been eating. The chilies and peppers and spices. We've all heard of that. Maybe learned that in high school. Certain that we've already been eating here. We're already on the land continent that some of our people never even been to Spain or anywhere else. So we're still pretty much indigenous to this continent, obviously. And so on that hand, to being from a reservation, people try to say well, you got to be from a reservation, maybe. Well, to me, if, being from a reservation, would say is it's not all that glorified. Happy, like being proud. I'm from a reservation, being from the garage of your mansion. My enemy, these Europeans came, kicked me out of my mansion, and oh, you know what? Man, we'll let those who survive, all right. We'll give you guys the garage, and and people who get to live in the garage, who are recognized. Some of them, not everyone, but whoever, oh, are people who don't know, like maybe people who are not, white or whoever, trying to say you're not, you know, oh, you gotta be from a reservation. Nah, I don't gotta be from a reservation. I don't gotta have to follow your rules and regulations. A lot of tribes never even committed to signing any Native American Indian act of recognition. A lot of them were like, I don't need your approval to say who I am. You could read that about tribes who didn't sign. Like, all right, you know, who are you to say who I am and who I am not? So on that hand, on an, that's where it comes to social conditioning. Like I said, on Native American and Mexicans are slaves too. If you look up that video, if you've never seen it, because of colonialism and social conditioning, whoever you're talking to and trying to break it down to is one reason why I'll never have no true relations and understanding of my cultural heritage, because your forefathers, your European grandfathers took that from my people, set up boarding schools and missionaries and Latinoized us, Spaniardized us, or Britishfied us, or Americanized us, Europeanized us, either way. Whether if so because of stuff like that, I don't have no relations to that. You gotta let people know, and when you really get deep into it and let people know, you'll see it. People's eyes open, people's mouths, like what, like you know what you're talking about. You have some thoughts, some understanding. So especially Mexican so-called Latino community, whether you're from Mexico, Nicaraguan, South America, or some of the islands, Puerto Rico, Cuba. We speak. I don't speak Spanish, but who you guys that speak Spanish remember say indigenous words, Native American phrases, and indigenous words, and that's why Spanish is different amongst our so-called Latino brown community, is because of the indigenous languages that are blended in with the Spanish. So that's why too you learn words are different, and not all of our Spanish is the same. To know real Spanish in a way, you gotta know it from Spain. But so I mean, that's just my thoughts on, for some of those people who maybe wanted to whoever tried to tell a family member or a friend or somebody who's European and try to talk crap to you, or whoever, let them know uh this way. Maybe I gave you some help on how you could give your point of view, and just stay knowledge and learn how to hold your ground when it comes to knowing your history and your identity of our people and of history period too. Just to surprise people. People be surprised once you start speaking deep thought, and when you know history and understand anything, people are surprised, because I surprise a lot of people by me understanding history and all that, because I don't look like someone who does. I'm a stereotype, like I've said, I'm a stereotype. So when I start speaking some knowledge, you surprise people. So I mean, thanks, Chicanos. Leave your thoughts and comments, and let me know if you ever got into it with any friend or family member on trying to break it down, and maybe you didn't know how to break it down, or you just couldn't get the point across because they didn't want to hear it. And let me know if maybe I helped you a little bit. So give me a like, hit the like button one time so I know if I did good or not. Peace out. Have a good one.